Our king he kept a false steward, they called him Sir Aldingar. He would lie with our comely queen and has gone to her bedchamber. I love you well, my comely queen, 'tis truth that I do tell, and for to lie one night with you, the salt seas I would sail. Away, away, Sir Aldingar, you are both stark and stour. Would you defile the king's own bed and make his queen a whore? Tomorrow you'd be taken shore and like a traitor slain, and I'd be burned at a stake, although I be the queen. Aldinger was offended now, his mind was not content, and so he sought what means he could in a fire to have her burnt. His anger burned within his mind until one day there came a leper to the palace gates. He was both blind and lame. Aldinger made the leper drunk with liquors strong and sweet, until he could no longer stand upon his own 2 feet. He took the leper on his back, laid him on the queen's own bed, and then went forth to find the king, and to King Henry said, if I had space as I have grace, a message I'd say to thee. Say on, Sir Aldingar, what news have you to me? I'll show to you the most grievous sight ever Christian king did see. Our queen has chosen a lover new, and will have none of thee. If she had chosen a goodly knight, the less had been her shame. But she has chosen a leper man, who is both blind and lame. If this be true, thou Aldingar, that thou dost tell to me, then will I make thee a wealthy knight, both of gold and fee. But if it be false, Sir Aldingar, that thou dost tell to me, then look ye for no other death but to be hanged on a tree. He hastened to the queen's chamber, so costly and so fine, until he came to the queen's own bed, where the leper man was lain. He looked upon the leper man, who lay on his queen's bed. He lifted up the snow-white sheets, and thus to him he said, if thou were a man as thou art none, right now I vow you'd die. But a pair of new gallows shall be built, thou'st hang on them so high. Since the queen has lain in your arms, she shall not lie in mine. Since she has kissed your ugly mouth, she never shall kiss mine. In anger he went to the queen, who fell upon her knee. He said, you false, unchaste woman, what's this you've done to me? If you had chosen a goodly knight, the less had been your shame. But you have chosen a leper man, who is both blind and lame. The queen then turned herself about, the tear blinded her eye. There's not a knight in all your court dare give that name to me. He said, 'tis true that I do say, for I a proof did make. You shall be taken from my bower, and burned at a stake. Ever alack, said our comely queen, alack and woe is me. Ever alack, said our comely queen, Sir Aldinger's false to me. If I were a man as I am none, a battle I would prove. I would fight with that traitor false, at him I'd cast my glove. But as no battle I can make, you must grant to me a night, to fight that traitor Aldinger, to maintain me in my right. I'll give thee 40 days, he said, to seek a man therein. If thou find'st no man in 40 days, in the fire thou shalt burn. Alas, alas, then cried our queen, alas and woe is me. There's not a man in all Scotland will fight with him for me. Our Queen sent forth a messenger, he rode north, south and west. He could find none to fight with him, nor enter the contest. The second messenger she sent rode far into the east. And blessed be God made sun and moon, he sped them all the best. As he rode by one riverside, he met with a little child. He seemed no more in a man's likeness than a child of 4 years old. He asked the messenger how far he rode, but loath was he to tell. The little one then took offence, and bid him adieu farewell. Turn thou again, thou messenger, greet our Queen well from me. Remind our Queen of the dream she dreamt, and help enough there'll be. Bid the Queen be merry at heart, evermore light and glad. When bales at highest boot is next, and help enough shall be had. The Queen's messenger rode back, a gladdened man was he. When he came before our Queen, a glad woman then was she. She gave the messenger £20, O Lord, in golden fee, saying, spend and spare not while this lasts, then fetch some more of me. Our Queen was put at the stake to burn, she thought that she would die. Then the little one rode forth from the east, and drew the Queen full nigh. He said, draw away these brands of fire, lie burning before our Queen, and fetch me hither Sir Aldingar, that is a knight so keen. When Aldinger saw that little one, full little of him he thought. If there had been 100 such of them, he'd not have wrought. He said, come hither Sir Aldinger, the first stroke I'll give thee, and if thou may give the second stroke, look that thou spare not me. The little one took out a lusty sword, 'twas of the metal clear, and he has pierced Sir Aldingar till his heart's blood did appear. Confess your treachery now, he said, this day before you die. I do confess my treachery, I shall no longer lie. I would have lain with our comely Queen, to which she would never consent. I betrayed her to our king in a fire to have her burnt. My anger burned within my mind, until one day there came a leper to the palace gates, he was both blind and lame. I took the leper upon my back, in the Queen's bed he was lain. I like to wicked hammer, man, this day I shall be slain. Thy wife she is as true to thee as the stones on the castle wall. The leper under the gallows tree was made steward in Henry's hall.